everybody, welcome to another reaction of the Super Sam Performance Encore YouTube channel. This is going to be my first time reaction to Unlocked, VoicePlay, Sing Off, Live Tour. I'm very excited to get into it as always. Big shout out to VDoin for the request. Big shout out to the chat as this reaction is coming during the 13th Super Sam's library request stream of the channel. As always, if y'all enjoyed the reaction, like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. In the description will be all my links and a link to the original video. Show love to VoicePlay as always by giving them a like, subscribe, go share, stream the music, go show love by buying the merch, go support them as always on Patreon. Support them however you can. Let's dive in. Shh.
All cameras are ready.
We just landed in Verona.
The good news is it's freezing cold outside.
Yeah, freezing.
We haven't seen Philharmonic or Home Free since the last taping in LA.
Don't really know what to expect.
We're all excited to do this. We're ready to do it.
We're so excited to see everybody. You spend 6 weeks with people every single day. You kind of form a little bit of a bond. I got
Alright, so this is the first ever sing-off national tour.
How you doing?
Tired, but really excited.
Tired, but really excited.
So, we have 2 days in which to learn an entire show.
2 days.
So there's a lot of work and not a lot of time to make it happen.
Okay, so here's what we have to do.
We have an opening number, a closing number,
Battles.
And of course, we've got Imani with us now. It's a whole different piece of the puzzle that wasn't there before.
Our individual stuff.
Still a little bit worried.
The opening number is the Fun Medley, which you saw in season 4. And we had to unlearn harmonies, relearn harmonies, unlearn choreography, and then relearn choreography. Because of course, there's not 90 people on stage.
That just sounds like so much work. Like, I can't even imagine. And just to think, this is what bands, groups, solo artists, like, this is just about, like, especially, like, groups like this, like, a cappella groups and stuff. This is what they go through just about every day, it feels like. Or, like, you know what I mean? Like, they have to learn choreography. They have to learn... like, of course, like, the arrangements and everything else. So, like, I can't even imagine, like, not to mention the fact that they mentioned how they have 2 days, to learn all this, pretty much. They have 2 days, to learn a full show. That's, I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine.
Learn harmonies, relearn harmonies, unlearn choreography, and then relearn choreography, because of course there's not 90 people on stage, now there's only 17. So we're trying to fill up all that space with just 3 groups. It's been a challenge.
I get the pleasure of singing all the lady parts.
Deke, the executive producer for the show, is the executive producer for the tour too, so it's really cool to have him back and to be making music again with somebody that was so involved in the show.
We've gone crazy with the sing-off on television, trying to create the connection between the audience and the performer. And the great thing about the sing-off tour live is that the audiences around America are going to get to hear 3 of the best groups we have ever had on the sing-off. Finally, it's time!
So there's definitely a lot of thought in trying to figure out what songs we were going to do for the tour.
Deke kind of came to us and said, okay, you have a 20-minute spot to fill. You guys can basically do whatever you want.
I don't think that we necessarily wanted to do all the stuff that we did on the show. because it didn't really get to feature VoicePlay for what VoicePlay really is.
So we were really excited at the opportunity to share what our show is.
It's a theatrical side, it's a lot more fun.
We like to be really silly.
That's what it's all about for us. If we can make each other laugh on stage, then we know the audience is going to absolutely love what we're doing.
We thought really hard about what moments we wanted to take from the TV show that everybody saw.
We changed some things. We definitely put in new stuff.
We wanted to incorporate some of our own theater show into the show too.
We had a lot of fans from the Sing Off television show, and we want to definitely keep those fans happy.
We love to collaborate with other groups. We love to collaborate with other artists.
First with Rachel Potter.
And then with Honey.
So right now it's Imani's turn to come in and step into those shoes.
We're trying to bring aspects of the TV show and our own show together to make an experience.
The things that we're going to be doing on the tour, while they may be different from what those particular fans are used to, I think that everyone's going to really, really enjoy what we're bringing to the table.
Tour bus day, 24-hour span.
The bus rolls up in the morning and the tech crew loads everything in. They set up all the lights, they set up the sound, they set up everything that needs to happen for the show before we even get there. So they're working 7 times as hard as anybody else I know, and they get absolutely no credit. So this is your credit. Thank you.
I was about to say the crews are the ones that do even more harder work than probably anyone can probably ever imagine. Like, obviously, you'd think it's like, obviously, the group, acapella group itself, VoicePlay itself, because they're having to, like, do, like, arrangements and, like, all this stuff. But it's really, but if you really think about it, really deep dive into it, like, the crew is the one who has to set up all the sound, has to make sure it's all correct and in tip-top shape for the show, has to make sure the lighting's good, has to make sure that the mics and everything are good as well. They are vital, exactly. Like, so, again, what Tony was mentioning, how was they don't get as much of the credit as they probably most likely definitely deserve. So yeah, big shout as always to, and that's one of the other reasons that in a lot of my reactions, like VoicePlay reactions, the warning reactions, like a lot of the reactions that I do, I talk about the crew and how well they did, like editing and all this stuff. I want to give the crew as much credit as they deserve. It's a massive team effort, what Paul just mentioned in the chat. Massive team effort. So yeah, definitely big shout out to the crew. Big shout out to the crew for this.
Get there. So they're working 7 times as hard as anybody else I know, and they get absolutely no credit. So this is your credit. Thank you.
Breakfast on the bus consisted of
Lucky Charms, Lucky Charms, Lucky Charms.
And then we will come in and we will do our sound check.
all 3 groups had a combined 45 minutes to sound check. We would run the opening and closing numbers.
Work out any kind of problems that there were the night before.
Guest group would sound check while we got dressed. Perform for the VIPs.
So then we do the show.
About a 90-minute show.
And then after the show, we will typically go out and we'll
Sign CDs and merchandise for everybody.
which is most of our favorite part of the day. It's getting to meet people. When they come up to you, they'll tell you, there was a certain moment of the show when you guys came together. It changed my life. And you know, when people say things like that, it's not something that you take for granted, because to connect with an audience member, even if it was just one person, that telling them that you changed their life, that's incredible. That's unbelievable that we as musicians can do that. There's nothing like that. We're lucky. We're really lucky to get to do what we love to do.
You get back on the bus roughly midnight.
We'll go to sleep, and then we do it all again.
Yay.
things I like the most about the sing-off is it's giving America an opportunity to hear a kind of music they don't get an opportunity to hear that often, and some of these great groups that have been out there on the road. There are no sweetening tracks. There are no extra dancers floating in the background. And the fact of the matter is you're not going to miss a single bit of that because the people on stage are so talented. I think that's the number one thing that the audiences are going to leave.
Thank you everyone for taking their notes and, making this last show really, really fantastic.
Now seeing the show after show after show, it's exactly that. It's fun and it's inspiring, and I'm just proud to be part of the process. So congratulations.
Looking back at the sing-off tour, I think that we forged friendships with people that you never would have expected.
It was a great experience, met a lot of new people, met a lot of new friends.
We have some really, really cool ideas.
Tim fell.
It was a great experience, met a lot of new people, met a lot of new friends.
We have some really, really cool ideas for this year.
I think that we're going to do some interesting things that maybe you haven't seen before.
Again, bridging the gap between theater and music and a cappella.
That's our goal anyway.
Trying to see it, gotta see it. I wanna see that bubble yum bum, bum bum, oh, bubble yum bum. She got that donka.
That was VoicePlay Unlocked Sing Off Live Tour. That was very cool. 1,000 likes is 58,000 views. Posted 11 years ago, back on May 6th of 2014. Absolutely incredible. Like I said, big shout out to Vitoin for the request. Big shout out to the chat as this reaction is coming during the 13th Super Sam's Library Request stream. 13th Super Sam's Library Request stream of the channel. That was very cool. It was very awesome to see them basically just talk about what happened behind the scenes. Obviously, them having to prepare stuff, right? The crew had to get all the lighting, audio, mics and everything set up and ready to go in tip-top shape for the show. Not to mention, of course, VoicePlay, having VoicePlay as well as home free and all that stuff, having to learn not to relearn and all the stuff choreography and choreography, arrangements, and it's just all this chaos. Them having to do all this, not to mention having to doing all this chaos, having to learn a show just in two days before the tour and stuff begins. Just in 2 days, they have to figure out how to learn all the stuff. It's just absolutely insane how they were capable of doing it, which of course they were able to do it, but still, it's just insane. 700s, but yeah, just absolutely incredible. As far as the sing-off performances and stuff from both VoicePlay and Home Free, I will be doing reactions to those. At some point, for sure, I will be doing reactions to those, so keep an eye out for those. Yeah, that was just amazing. I enjoyed the heck of it, for sure. If y'all enjoyed the reaction, subscribe, comment, share, turn on notifications, never miss a thing on the channel. Comment below requests for Old School Saturday, requests for VoicePlay, as well as Home Free, emoji, all the stuff. As always, guys, go show love to VoicePlay, Home Free, go show love to them. As always, big shout out to Vitoin for the request, big shout out to the chat. Down in the description, all my links and original video link. Show love, take care, y'all. I will see y'all next one. Peace.